Hey everybody, we're gonna be talking about the Horus Realm bracket, who we have winning, who we have losing. Y'all let me know in the comments down below who y'all have making it to the championship match and winning ultimately. And all right, without further ado, let's get into our bracket, our prediction. This is the one that everyone's been waiting for. And we're gonna start on the left, Mimi A615. I think in most scenarios, this is kind of the dream scenario for Mimi. They are a good team, just based on sheer equipment and power and troops and strategy. Usually, where they falter is usually when they're playing the top tier teams. They get outstratted and taken behind the woodshed. I think this is the one that is going to be the most interesting one of them. There's a couple in Horus that I think are going to be absolute bangers, and they are not the typical ones. This is one. I think 84 OF and 1158 is going to be an absolute banger of a match. 84 OF is a phenomenal team, burst into the scene a couple seasons ago. And 1158 has progressively gotten better each season. So I think both of these teams are very creative. I do think, and this is where I think the difference will come in, and we're going to look at the stats real quick. I do believe that 84 is the more dominant team in mid, but let's check out some of the stats real quick. So arc score, 1158 is actually number 10 and 84 OF is number 11, but the difference is 500 score. Provision score, let's look at this one. 1158 once again, 21 and 22. 1158, 2.8, 2.6, 84 OF. The occupation one will probably be the decider right here. And it's always hard because the no-shows will inflate these, but we got to go with what we see and what we got. And once again, good Lord, 1158 on top of 84 OF, 90 to 86. So that was absolutely no help. That was absolutely no help. I know that 1158 has done really well this season. I'm not sure if 84 OF has had much of a challenge leading up to this, so this could be the first match. I still have a lot of confidence in 84 OF's mid game. So here's the only dilemma that I have. I believe 484 is going to be in KVK, possibly fighting. I don't know the schedule on that. If somebody knows that, let me know. But I know that they are in KVK with 2489. So I don't know if they're gonna be all out troops, if they are gonna even have troops. So that's my only worry with this one. And that being said, the reason that I'm saying that, man, I think 1158 has been sharpening iron this whole season, and I don't think 84 OF has had that much competition. I'm gonna give it to 1158 on this one. I'm gonna give it to 1158 on this one because there's just too many mysteries. There's too many mysteries on 84 OF, whether they're gonna be in KVK, have troops, all that kind of fun jazz. So this one I think is gonna be an absolute stomping. Don't ask me why. JST is JST. There's not very many teams that I would ever say are gonna be way better than JST. And 419E just aren't it. Right. I think they will still get like 25K, somewhere around there, but I think JST will get somewhere in like the high 30s. So I'm gonna give it to JST on that one. This one is my sleeper of the week, baby. This one right here is my sleeper. And I know a lot of people don't believe in EV, but I'm gonna tell you what, their ARC team, they have progressively gotten better and better and better each season. And now they made their first top 16. I'm super excited for them. 1188 is a very tough team. A lot of whales, good garrisons. We allied with them in KVK multiple times in the last couple of seasons. They are very, very smart. They're very good at swarming. That is my only worry with this combo right here. I think on one side you have the creative option, which is EV. On the opposite side, you have whale, like mega whale swarm 1188, right? They're gonna have a lot of T5s, max VIP 18s. That is probably my one worry with this match, is the amount of VIP 18 discrepancy. I think may play a role in this one. But I think that EV is going to pull out a strat, and don't be surprised if EV pulls out a wicked strat. I'm pretty confident, and I'll tell you right now, I'm pretty confident they're going to pull some sort of weird strat on 1188, and they're going to make it a 2-arc match. And then it's going to come down to garrisoning and provisioning. And I'm going to check it right now, but I'm pretty confident EV out provisions them. Okay, so arc 1188 is number 1 with 45.5. EV, ooh, EV gets wrecked in mid. Where is EV? EV is number 26. Good Lord, so they'd win little to no in mid. That worries me a little bit. That worries me a little bit. Provisions 1188, 9.3 at 7.4. Occupation, oh Lord, 139, and then EV is 78. They might be on another level, man. I really want to. Oh, I really want to. Damn. All right, we'll do this. We're gonna boost it up. Dang, I really want to choose EV, bro. I feel like they're gonna pull something out. I'm just worried because I'm looking at all the stats. You know it, Materi. You know it. It's gonna be something weird and funky. You can't fight those stats. Like, it's like number 1 versus number 18, 1 versus 14. You know, like the discrepancy in those numbers is insane. Now, it could also be because of no-shows and stuff like that, which is why it sucks, but we'll leave it there. Leave it there. My surprise for the week is actually going to be this one. I think right now, and I can check, I'm pretty confident 16 OT is the betting lead, the betting favorite in this one. Let's check. I think they are the betting favorite in this one. Yeah, by a landslide. By a landslide, not even close. I'm going to put all my orcs into 17-18. I think 17-18 is a sleeper team, and a lot of people are sleeping on 17-18. And if you don't believe me, I'll put whatever I got in 17-18. Yeah, I think that is honestly going to be the sleeper team for me. And as I put my 400 orcs into 17-18, I think that they're going to be a tough out. I don't think a lot of people realize how good they are, and they kind of slept on them. All right, let me see. So 17-18 destroyed BLN, like manhandled them. They manhandled 1158. The team that we have beating 84 OF, they manhandled them, right? These are good teams, and they manhandled some good teams. So they melted us in mid in BLN and melted 1158 too. Yeah, I think it's gonna be really hard. But I'm kind of excited. But shh, don't tell anybody. 1v93L. I think this is one of those matches. I think it'll be close in the beginning, and then 1v will kind of start pulling away kind of midway through the match, and then as they close with provisionings and stuff. So I think this one will probably end up at like 13 to 15k difference in favor of 1v. P is good, but they're not T, so I would say that. 93T, I think absolutely smoke. They smoke almost everybody except for a couple of the top ones that could go back and forth. Oh, my bad. It was 93L, not P. L is their third team, I believe. INSL versus 93P. This was probably the other one outside of the 17-18 match that I think will go down the wire out of those three. So 84 OF, 1158 is 1, 17-18, 16 OT. And then INSL 93P, I think is going to be an absolute barn burner. Let's look at the stats real quick. I know that INSL is very, very good in its own right. And 93P has always been really, really good. They are close to JST level. Nice. You got 1606. I love 1606. I think the problem that I always ran into is I think 93 is probably one of the smartest alliances when it comes to arc and strategy. So it makes it a little bit hard. It makes it a little bit harder for me to sit on that one. 93P is number 7 in arc captures, 29K. And where is INSL is number 27. So INSL rarely wins mid. Rarely wins mid, so that goes in favor of 93P. Provisions, if I had to guess, INSL out provisions them. Yeah, number 4, 12.7. 93P. Where's 93P? Good Lord. Hold on. Oh, 93P is number 2, and ooh, I'll provision him by almost 10K. 93P, so they got him on two occupation. Let's see. 93P is number 6 at 110. And INSL is number 20 at 75. I think I'm gonna go. I think this one's still gonna be a lot closer than what these scores read, but I'm gonna give it to 93P on this one. All right, so that brings us down to our final 8, Mimi versus 1158. I think this is where Mimi gets exposed. They usually get exposed against good teams. 1158 claps those cheeks behind the woodshed. Like I'm talking like 20K plus. They get absolutely manhandled. And then JST 1188. I think this one has potential to be very good. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people are going to give credit for. Occupation 1188 is number 1, probably inflated a little bit due to no-shows. And then JST and occupation is number 16 at 83, so their occupation is a little bit down. Provision score 1188 is number 9 with 9.3, and JST is number 17 at 6.3. And then ARC is number 1 is 1188 at 45. JST is number 3 at 36. So it's a little misleading because I think JST is probably one of the better, one of the best mid-game teams. I would say the only time that they've really looked exposed was against 1v in mid, and even then, I'm pretty confident they usually dominated more arcs than not against 1v. I think the occupation one is where 1188 could shine, and then provisioning, because so this is what makes this one hard. JST provisions, but every season in the last couple of seasons, they have lost all of their matches, and somebody always came back and they're like, what are you know, blah, blah, blah. You're just hating on JST. I don't dislike JST. I think they're a phenomenal team. The problem that I have is they consistently don't learn from their mistakes. When in the last 3 seasons, they've lost two seasons, I think. I can't remember the third one. Last 2 for sure. They have lost because of provisioning. Literally in the last seconds of the match. And I'm talking like, this should be like, you can fix it in a week. This shouldn't be well, we got to change our strategy. It's just people not knowing what the fuck to do, right? They have lost with players. I'm talking like centimeter Peter away from a city every single, because they consistently leave late. They're leaving and they're leaving the nodes with like 45 seconds left and missing. So I think that's the problem that I have with JST is I don't know if they've learned from their mistakes, because they've lost multiple seasons with a provisioner that would have tipped them over the top, leaving way too late. I'm hoping that they did. If they did, then it solves a lot of issues. But that was their that's been their number one issue. It's not occupation. It's not anything. They're very, very good at mid. The problem that they have is provisioning and timing of provisioning at end game. Who cares? If it's 2 minutes before the game ends, you send every motherfucker home. I don't care. Because the idea of you losing because players do not make it home is asinine. It shouldn't even be a thing. Shouldn't even be a thing. So I think I'm gonna say that they've learned their lesson, and I'm gonna give it to JST. But I think it's gonna be a very, very tight game. Very tight game. All right, let's open this up again. So now we have 17-18 versus 1v. This one's going to be a very interesting one. Occupation 17-18, 124 at number 2. Number 3 is 1v at 123. So they're pretty much on par with each other occupation wise. Provisioning. This is going to be the interesting one. So 1v is number 18 at 5.9. Okay. Where's 17-18? 17-18 is at number 13 at 6.6. So 6.6. So 17-18 leads them in provisioning score as well. And 1v Arc dominates in mid, 41.5, and then 17-18 is 29. So you can see the clear advantage in Arc. Occupation, I think, is pretty nil, and provisioning is pretty nil. The thing that I would say about this is usually when 1v starts to switch up their provision strat. Okay. For those of y'all who don't know what they tend to do, what their tendency is for mid-game fights, all their provisioners get pulled back to the city, and then they send them to mid. And then once they die one rotation, they send them back out to provision. So the initial fight in mid will have all of their marches. And that's a strat that they've done the last 3-4 seasons already. But it gives them those additional marches that most teams are just leaving their provisioners out, right? The other thing that to keep your eyes out for on this one in particular is this is probably the moment that 1v is going to start running their Shrine of War strats. I think this is when you see the how or the who. I always butcher his name, the HUO, the new Cav commander. I think they're going to use that the same way that they used THICC in the Invitational last season, where they would time it up right as everyone's already in mid. They pull the shrine, then they attack. I think that's what you're going to start to see with 1v using the new commander. So I think this is going to be an interesting one, because I don't know if 17-18 can beat 1v in mid. I think if they can, then it makes it very interesting. Who are we going with, chat? Let's look at 17-18 schedule. I honestly think it's a toss-up too, to be perfectly honest with you. S79, 1158. They curb stomped 1158, bro. BLN. You know what? We're gonna go with the upset, fam. It's not gonna be a popular vote, but we're going with the upset. We're gonna go with the upset on this one. 93T versus 93P. I still think 93T is definitely a top 4 team. And I think 93P is very good, but I don't think they're as good as T. And now we're into our top 4, JST 1158. I would like to say this can be a good game, but I think JST is kind of in a different class for them. So we're going to put them in championship final. And then 93T versus 1718. This one I'm not 100% sure on. Honestly, I think these two games are could quite possibly be toss-ups. Oh man, I really want to go with 93T. I just don't know if they're gonna outlive 1718. I think 1718 might have their number on this one. I want to go with them. Let's look at the stats just real quick. I want to make sure before I pull the trigger on it. The 93T does beat them in arc by 1K, very slightly. 93T beats them in provisioning, 10.2 to 1718. Occupation, 93T beats them. You know what? We'll stick with our guns. 93T. We're gonna stick with 93T. And we get our rematch, fam. We get our rematch. All right. Hold on. Let me select these. I gotta do this real quick. Oh shit, I chose the wrong one. Hold on. For the win, my man. Yeah, dude, we're going with it. We're going with it. We're gonna turn into meme patrol here, bro. It's gonna be a meme team. Where's this one at? JST. Copy 3. I do think this one's gonna go a game 3. I think this one goes game 3. Let me get my little thing real quick. So JSC 93T, I think they've already played each other. 93T, what I would say about this with 1093, they're a very good team when it comes to adaptation. I think you bring out some stuff. The first time they played, 93T lost. I don't think that they will lose in the same fashion again. Okay. My big thing is, I don't know if 93T is going to hold up. No chance for 3 games. I do think 93 will pull 1. I just don't know if it's going to be the first or the second one. I still think JST is going to win. I just don't know. Hold on. So we'll do this. Hold on. So I think JST will pull this. This is going to go against my bets. Bro, should we stick with my bets? Bro, my coins? Dude, we're gonna stick with the bets. We've already done it. We've already done it. Terry, thank you for your inspiration, bro. Dude, people are gonna be absolutely enraged, bro. Bro, absolutely enraged. People are gonna be absolutely enraged. Oh man, Jesus! I don't even know if I want y'all to leave comments on this one, but yeah, make sure if y'all, you know, whoever y'all have winning, let me know who y'all have winning, and who's gonna be in the finals. And I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. Hopefully you all enjoyed all the videos and are enjoying them. And look forward to next season for sure. All right. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Great rest of your night. We'll see y'all soon, Burrito Gang. Y'all have a good one.